What's up, guys? It's Ellie and Jane. You're here with your mom's
son.
son.
And today's episode, today's topic is, let's talk about it. So what that means is we're just going to go on different things that we've seen, and then we're just going to go ahead and elaborate on it. Including the hiccups, I'm just playing. But we're just going to go ahead and elaborate and talk about different topics, and we go from there. So first one we want to talk about, because I know this morning there's a video going around of this lady saying, or I don't know if she was a lady or trans, saying they could have any man they want, and you said you wanted to elaborate on that?
Oh.
Talk to him.
Well, from what I saw, it looked like a bigger woman, right?
I don't know if they're a bigger woman or if they're trans. Because if you...
But they were bigger, right?
Yeah.
So I thought So I thought the play was like on the, like, where it was like laughing was because they were a bigger person.
No, I think...
That's why I thought they were laughing, because if I'm being honest, I've lost a few pounds now, but I was a bigger person, and there's, like, I love you, and we've talked about our past, you know, that's healthy, you know, talking about things, but, like, feel like I've landed people that, like, normally wouldn't choose me, so I, like, in the sense of, like, how we've had the, conversations where, like, when we're single, like, it doesn't matter, like, you know, our standards are different in a way, if that makes sense. And what came to my mind was, like, as guys do, you will F whatever you can F, you know? And, like, so I feel like it's not as unrealistic as it would have been made to be if they were talking about it, because they were a bigger size, because dudes do whatever they want to do, just like women do the same. So,
but
yeah,
when guys have different standards, like, I feel like this society has moved differently, because there are guys who never get none, so they will fuck anything that moves.
Yeah, but isn't that what...
Yeah, but
sorry,
it's a difference to having sex with just anyone for a guy than cuffing a person. Because just because we have sex with that person don't mean we're going to consider them to be our romantic partner.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But, like, in the video, the person said, sexually, I can grab as many dudes as I want. Like, or however they said it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they said it. And that's what I'm speaking on is, like, sexually, like, and it's like they're laughing at the fact that, like, just because they're bigger, like, this is how I was taking it. I don't know what the video actually said. But was that since they're bigger, like, that's a laugh that sexually they think they can get more people. But, like, in reality... like you just said, like, the standards are different. Like, people, like, you'd be surprised about how many people just don't care, you know? Which, like, is sad that, like, even in society that this is a topic in a way, because we're all beautiful regardless. But, yeah.
Beautiful in different ways.
Yeah.
And some are, I don't know, I feel like there's different beauty and there's different sides, you know. And
y'all gonna have to deal with these hiccups, because this is good talk.
Because there's different sides people just don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's that toxic side, there's that line. What, you got something to say?
The hiccups.
You probably need water. But there's different sides that people are not used to, that are unhealthy, and some people are not used to being called out on it or having to adjust, and we learn different patterns of how to carry themselves. Like, for instance, this, I think we're on the verge of the same topic, but like there's one where there's videos out there where I know everybody know who Andrew Tate is, and I'm not gonna talk about that, but there's videos of where he's on this podcast, and when they're throwing out statistically of like how like men are like, in a way it's harder for like men has to work more to get the girls' attention and stuff like that, and there are people who argue against that in a way. I don't know where I really want to go with it, but it's like I feel like for instance, me and you, we don't speak the same wavelength. And I say wavelength is the way we interpret or understand something, is how I should say it. It's completely different. So for us to be on the same wavelength, we have to elaborate on that so that way there's no confusion to how the response comes off. And it takes work to do that, and a lot of times, especially in this generation, people don't want to put in the work for the relationship to work because they think what that person won't do, somebody else will. You know what I mean? And then when they get that somebody else, they see that that person is not going to do what the previous one was doing, and then they want to go back to the past person, but the past person already found somebody that's they're able to connect with on a deeper level, but is more peaceful and understanding and goes the extra mile per se.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Wow, that's deep.
Not really. This what the podcast for the deep talk. But am I wrong though?
No, I agree. I'm processing it. I'm not sure what to say back. Like, I agree. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nah, it's like, I mean, regardless, nobody's perfect. You know, we all have our faults. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's I guess willing to put in that work and understanding or hearing what that person is calling you out on, even though you don't think you're doing it. You know, and you know, I'm victim of not hearing it out because just because I don't see it don't mean it's not true. You know what I mean? So
no,
it's
that's true.
It's like if we take a second and understand from that aspect, why is the person feeling how they are feeling and why are they calling me out on that, I think for certain situations it would go a long way. It's the Hiccup Show today.
No, yeah, because, like, you've definitely had to call me out on some things, and I've, like, really sat there and been like, whoa, like, it takes a lot, like, to just really sit there and admit that, like, this person's right, like, that, like, to actually sit back and, like, be like, what? Like, I didn't even think of, like, looking at it this way, or, like, whenever I don't know what to say, or, like, how I'm feeling, or, causes of things, and, like, you'll sit there and call it out right there and then, and I'll be like, shit, man, like, I didn't even know this was it, but it is, you know, and it's like, I feel like that's a good thing to be able to do for your partner as well, like, being able to understand them to read them in that way and help them come to clarity when they don't know what to say or don't know how to talk to you about something, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and more so that as well as giving your partner the peace of mind that they could come and voice certain topics to you without having to feel like they're being dismissed or unheard, because that opens the door to deeper communications. Because if the partner is feeling unheard or dismissive or judged, then they're most likely gonna go to somewhere else. And I feel like, in a way, that's how doors are open to others, to where they allow somebody else in their life, to where it's not just them and their partner, but mostly outsiders, or in other terms, cheating happens.
Yeah.
You know? So, which in fact, there's a lot of that going on today. I mean, relationship-wise.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your dreams.
No,
I think we switched gender roles for a second.
Huh?
I mean, because, like, you know how, like, it's the typical, like, when your girl wakes up from a dream of you cheating, and now she's mad at you because you cheated on her in her dream, but it was you with me.
I should dump her, right, guys?
What?
She cheated on me in my dreams.
Excuse me.
Haitian terminology means run. I'm just like, but these past couple of weeks though, different topic. I don't know if you're done with this one.
Yeah,
I mean, we're still on the relationship aspect and the mindset of people, but
Peppo.
these past couple of weeks, just being on social media here and there, I've been seeing a lot of videos of people cheating, and
Why is that so broadcasted now? Like,
people cheating?
yeah, like, why is it such, like, a, like, people don't know, like, I don't care to know that this happened. Like, that sounds really mean, but it's in the aspect, I think this is where you're going, I'm sorry that I cut you off, but it's in the aspect of, like, I'm saying, like, why are relationships so broadcasted now? Like, I don't know if it's just, like, a preference thing. Like, you know, some people, like, they just like to be shown off on social media, you know? Like, it's nice to have somebody make a post about you. But at the same time, it's like, you barely post pictures at all. And, like, I rarely post pictures as well.
You post more than I do.
But that's what I was gonna say. But, like, I'll post some stuff, like, when we, the times we actually go outside of the house and, like, go, like, with family or something like that. Like, yeah, I'll post pictures of us. But, like, in that aspect, like, everything with us is, like, private. I don't post if we had, like, an argument or if, like I start sharing things and stuff like that. But, like, you know how, like, people just do that? And there's always, like, I don't
I feel like it's
understand.
probably some sense of entitlement, because a lot of times when people are, if I get some heat for it, it is what it is, but I feel like when people are posting these type of things, they're not even telling the
whole story.
Yeah. And it goes back to opening the doors, and then people get upset when outside people have a voice into what they are sharing, and then they want to be like, oh, it's my social media, if you don't like it, delete me. But you're sharing things that don't need to be shared, you know? That's something that you should be discussing with your partner, or with that person per se. And it goes back to the cheating, like all this energy that's been, go ahead.
I just want to put a disclaimer. I'm not saying I'm a saint because I'm not gonna lie. I used to be like that. I used to share things like all the political stuff, and relationship things, like especially like to your anyway, yeah. But like way back then, like I totally did. But like I've grown since then, and it's like making me wonder now. Like, what was the purpose of that? You know, that's why I was asking the question. I'm not claiming to be a saint before, you know.
It's
but,
the high school attention, because we all used to we share for attention.
Yeah.
Attention, the likes, you know, the opening up a door that could possibly lead to something else. Like, for instance, the people that share, I'm single, the next person who hits me up. It's for attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people know they're going to get a lot of attention just from that alone. Especially, which is a subject we're going to touch on throughout this conversation, is if they look presentable, you know, they know they're going to get their attention.
Presentable.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying presentable because... we're gonna get into that later on, so we'll leave that.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, with the cheating, I don't understand it because it's like, for one, all this energy wasted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're wasting all this energy to go cheat on your partner or significant other, whatever you want to call it. Rather than putting in that work, communicating. Let's say you're voicing to the person what you want and you need, and they're not doing that. And it's something that you continue voicing they're not doing. It's better to just break up with them than to go cheat on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I feel like people too, they're cheating sexually, but all that stuff you're going to go do with a stranger. Why not do that with your partner? It's like the videos where the girls are twerking at the club, and they're acting like thoughts per se with their friends. Why you not doing that with your partner?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your partner wanna see that too. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just...
Stop.
It's just confusing to me to where, I mean, just having one partner alone is too much work. Imagine having more than one, and you gotta hide it.
Yeah.
You gotta remember who you're having what conversation with.
Exactly.
Like, you know.
It doesn't make sense.
You know, and I feel like if a person approaches you and you are not a relationship type of person, just tell them.
Yeah.
Why waste their time? Let them
be honest.
Let them get in a relationship with you, and you're out here holding out.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of sense does that make?
Like, I ain't gonna be mad if somebody, like, for instance, if we weren't together, like, if somebody came up to me and was like, listen, like, I'm feeling you, but if I'm being honest, I'm not committal, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, cool, like, we can be friends with benefits, whatever, for, like, whatever, like, I don't know, or just be like, whatever, that's cool, I'm not for you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
But a lot of person, too, get, don't like that because feelings get caught up. And then it's I told you I didn't want this, but then they start acting stink because they don't like the response.
Fair. That's fair.
So it's like, you know, I've been in situations like that in the past, and it's like, regardless of what you tell some people your intentions are, I feel like for guys, I don't know, I could be wrong, but from my experience, if we're like, we ain't feeling it, this and that, that's how it is. But what I want to say, I feel like guys, we take rejection more than women do. I think we do. Because we're used to being rejected. To where some of y'all are not. And then when y'all finally get rejected, it's bitter. From my experience. I don't know how it is for you, but from my experience, I think.
You know, I can't disagree. I feel like it does become much more bitter on the women's side for the fact I feel like we just feel deeper, period. But I don't know, because I'm not saying this to be mean at all or anything, but like it's usually the men that are most attractive. Stop, that was cute. He's just like wiggled his feet. Anyway, the men that are most attractive, they have the worst reactions when they're rejected. That's what like it seems like, and like.
I grew up ugly, so I don't know about it.
Me too, it's okay.
I don't know nothing about that. I grew up ugly, so I had to develop a personality.
But I don't know.
I had to be funny just to get somebody's attention, so I don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
But go ahead.
I always had to become the friend first. Yeah. But anyway. I don't, I really don't know. I want to say it's equal. If we're really being realistically honest, I feel like it's equal because I feel like we're worse, but in different ways. So I feel like women, we're worse. We don't handle it as well in the sense of being more bitter and more, I'm just going to say it, like more evil-ish, but more in like a...
What's that saying? There's nothing like a woman scorn?
A woman what?
Scorn. No fury like a woman scorn.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Like more in like a serpent, like I'm gonna ruin your life type way. That's right. But it's just equally as scary with men because men are more evil and more of like a sinister type of way, if that makes sense. Like more of like I feel like women are scary because like we can be slippery and slimy, but like men are scary in the sense of like, I don't know, when I'm picturing it, it's like in a Greek god like mythology stage, and it's like an overwhelming dark cloud, and it's like just like some sinister shit, like, but yeah. So like, I don't know. With that said, I'm in the gray area, if I'm being honest, which I always will be because Aquarius. But as I've been learning, okay, I'm not all into it yet, but yeah. So I just feel like it's equal. I don't know. But yeah.
So
yeah.
On to the next, I guess. What else have we been seeing on social media that we said we wanted to address or talk about it? There is one. It's probably gonna go a little outside. I did say I wanted to come back to something, but I don't recall what it was. Alright, but anyways, I do think so. Basically, what I'm gonna address basically comes to the topic that we just touched
life
about.
On Earth?
Not just life on Earth. It's just like human as a species.
Homo sapien.
Yeah, I feel like low key we are the worst species out there in a way. The reason why
No.
You don't think so?
I said no.
No. I mean,
because what if what if there is, like, you know, from Guardians of the Galaxy and things like that, like the species that literally go around and destroy planets, you know, those are obviously worse. But
why are they destroying the planet? They already tell us why too in those movies.
Because we fudged it up.
Yeah, so look, you gotta look at it.
Mm-hmm.
We as humans, there's greed, there's jealousy, there's envy,
7 sins.
and then when we have to survive, like our survival mode is just we're worse than animals. Like there's shit that we will do.
Well, we are animals.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about worse than the animals who don't speak.
Mm-hmm.
We do it worse than they do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you think about it, what is it that us as a human species wouldn't do to where we would need to get ahead for, like, to where we're not putting ourselves first and saying, if F that person, I'm just gonna F them up however I want to get where I need to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's basically like,
I just had a slightly off topic thought that I really want to share when you're done.
it's like Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
You see what happens when they needed to go to survival mode?
Yeah.
So it's like
Almost all zombie movies. Almost all zombie movies.
But it's like that don't just happen in like zombie movies. That's actually real life. Like basically goes back to the cheating and like you have people who love these celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the celebrity puts out, they're buying, they're sharing, they're doing all that stuff. But it could be the person's family, blood or not, best friend or whatever. They wouldn't show that much love and appreciation for their buddy like they would for the celebrity. They wouldn't want that much success for their buddy as they would for their celebrity. It's like they would, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It's like their mindset is if I can't put my imagination to use to where I could come up with something creative and you can, I'm not gonna boost you up. You know, because it's like a lot of people, there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5, don't get me wrong. I'm just talking from a business aspect. A lot of people would suggest which 9 to 5s you should go get, or per se refer you to. But when it comes to somebody starting their business, it's like there's no love or the same enthusiasm, whatever that word is, for them to be successful with what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't understand that. And in that aspect, it touches up on the human species theology.
Can I to get back to that thought?
Go ahead.
So, kind of going back and winding your thing back into it, you were going in about, how it's... Have you ever thought, because I was thinking of this the other day, everybody, in every movie you see and everything, what are you doing, bro? The beautiful thing about humans and Homo sapiens is humanity. And it's like, what is humanity? Humanity. And I've never really seen it be said in a statement. It's always been shown in actions. And actions is humanity. And what can we define as humanity? And as you were speaking about it, we are humans and we're full of lust and greed and wrath and all of that and everything. And it goes to the 7 deadly sins. Then also, like, if you think about it, because, you know, we've been seeing and talking about some religious things lately, even though we're not really, but, like, you know, we believe in whatever.
We're more spiritual than religious.
Yeah, and it's like this, the thing where it's like God made Earth in 7 days and like what and stuff like that, and it's like 7 deadly sins, 7 days, and it's like it's kind of correlating to the fact of like what is humans and what is humanity and why did He create this, and it's I don't know, like it's something going on in my head where it's like there's something there, and because at the same time with all those 7 deadly sins, like with our wrath, like it also gives us as humans the willpower and strength and protection and everything to like continue to do the things we do, and like because there are some things we do that are amazing, it's just how we go about things isn't what's amazing. And that's what's sad about it, is like we don't focus fully on our actual humanity and using those things for like good in a way. Like, you know, there's always going to be a spectrum of good and bad. Mm-hmm. And it's, I'm trying to think about how to word it right, because I feel like I'm just like mumbling words, but
in regards to everything you said, basically, the movie Avatar.
Yeah.
There's a couple movies as well that goes basically on what happens in the Avatar. But you gotta, like, humanity as a species, when we don't understand something, and if it can make us profit or money, we look at any way to get more by any means necessary, whether it's destroying, lying, deceiving. That's what we do, and it's kind of sick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like we're gonna go to the people. Let's say the people that abuses their animals, like their dogs or whatever. Do they not realize if the dog didn't have more sympathy than us, from the amount of restraint that dog has to keep themselves from effing them up? Like, a dog could literally, if they really want to, when you're abusing them like that, they could literally take you and shred you to pieces. And they won't be, like, yeah, and we're going to put the blame on them because we calling them an animal. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But in retrospect, they're not looking at the fact, like, that person was abusing the ish out of that dog. So why did it react the way it did? Mm-hmm. Or that animal. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, no, the animal did this, we're going to put the animal down. But it's like, why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See,
I mean, there are different points as well, but I'm just...
Yeah. I've started an argument. No, I'm agreeing with you, because I was just going to bring up, like, I've started an argument, like, this is where I was talking about, like, on Facebook and stuff, way back when. But, it was basically if a child, so here's the verbatim. A child was sitting there grabbing, hitting, smacking on a dog, pulling its ears and everything, and stuff like that, and like just being a terror. And let's say, like, you know, I'm not gonna even go there. I'm not gonna even go that much into detail. We'll just say that, and then, you know, one day the dog reacts.
Yeah, but it's like
whose fault is it?
But it's like, why didn't the parent correct it, and where is that child learning that behavior from?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, every children is following someone they admire or whatnot, because no child comes into this earth.
We all learn from something.
Yeah,
we all get it from somewhere.
So no child comes into this earth with in their heart to do wrong. They come with love and whatnot, but it's like, what is it that you're teaching your child for them to get how they got? You know what I'm saying? Whether it's...
Yeah. And to like further on that, like the things that were being said on that whole post thing was that the dog or whatever, because the dog should be trained well enough or should know or be good enough or whatnot, but at the same time it was like you said, like, why wouldn't you correct your child at that point as well? Like,
yeah, just because it's an animal don't mean you just beat up on it.
Yeah, and just because it's haha funny, like to me it's not funny. Like, I don't know. I feel like we've had the understanding, like, once like the time comes for us or whatever, like, we want ours to like respect, like animals and nature and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're like necessarily hippies or anything, but at the same time it's like,
give respect, get respect.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you get what you put out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. They're licking themselves back there.
That's it?
For this podcast?
No, that's all you want to talk about?
Oh, well, I guess. I don't know. I thought that would spark a little bit more conversation, but I guess not. It was a mutual.
Alright, so this relates to everything that we were just talking about. So let's talk about this, since the podcast is Let's Talk About It. You know what I never understood?
Those peanut foam candy things.
What?
Okay, never mind. Continue.
I never understood racism.
Damn, you just going there.
Yeah, I'm going there.
Me either.
Because
I really don't.
I seen some shit on social media, and I seen some out of pocket shit, and honestly, it angers me. It angers me that nobody's talking about it. It angers me that it's something that's only brought out.
What was it? Sorry.
It angers me that it's something that's only brought out when some shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But it's not something that's spoken about. Like, basically, just different race, just dropping the EGR. And then it acting like it's funny or it's cool.
Is it that one video you were watching? It was like it rhymes with whatever.
No. I mean, people do that. I don't know for what, but it was just like, I don't know. It just angers me because if you look at it and you truly do your research, you will see that we all come from one.
Yeah, we all came from somewhere.
Yeah, we all came from one. So it's like, why is it now that, like, if people go back to their ancestors and do their research, your ancestor was black. You know what I mean? Like, you came from somewhere. So it's like, we all came from one person, or whatever, or however you
I would like to throw out there that being white is low-key a genetic mutation if you really want to look it up from my science geeks. And I'm not saying that as just like, oh, whatever, but it really is, and that's why you also have albino people. But
yeah, like, people don't, like, they don't do their research. They're just so. Anyways, it's just like we all came from one. So why is there so much hate just because there's different color of the skin?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you learned it in
recently.
I was gonna say
they don't
Haiti.
teach us that. They don't teach us that at school. But in Haiti, like
in Jamaica and Haiti, it's always like about one love. So
yeah,
it's like,
but it's like I didn't know what white, black. I didn't know what that shit was until I came to America. Like we're in Haiti is just we're just people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
how Dad said it was in Jamaica.
We're just people. And you come here, you know, you got different categories, or you're black, or you're this, or you're that.
Latino.
Yeah, and then people are just, they got hate in their heart because you're not the same color as them. And it's like, if we were all the same, how does it make cause difference? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different opinions, different viewpoints, different stuff like that is what I mean by different.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I think there is also beauty in the fact that we are different, but I hate that there's like a societal diversity in that way of like where racism comes in, where it's like, oh, this because you're this. But what sucks is like there's such beauty in how diverse each culture and each like just each thing is, because like I'm not saying like don't take pride in being like specifically like, oh yeah, like I was born like in Haiti and like I'm Haitian, like own your stuff, you know, like own your heritage and your history and your culture, but at the same time like we're all still just people, you know, we just have different
there's beauty in every there's beauty in every race. I just don't see why
it has to be conflict.
All this stuff about racism is like, it's for what? It's like,
if I was born
we all bleed the
slightly
same.
darker.
We all bleed the same. We all cry the same. We use the bathroom the same. You know, whether you're male or female or lady.
It still comes out of your urethra.
You feel me? So it's like, I don't understand. And it's so upsetting because people are so ignorant. They don't do their research and they start dropping the ER, and they think that shit is funny. And when it gets violent, it's, oh, he's an angry black man or she's an angry black woman. When in reality is that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So it's just whoosah.
Yeah. I hear you.
But yeah, I just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, if you really do your research, you'll be more knowledgeable about everything rather than just going with what's portrayed. Is how I want to see it, to where I'm not getting myself or people I love in trouble.
Yeah. I feel like we also have to take into account that we all don't always, like, we can still research and gather the knowledge, but like we have to also understand that like there's the boundaries, that like there's some things that we will never actually understand in each part, you know, as well too.
No, what do you mean?
Like how you told me, or like how we were watching that one movie, like I'll never understand because I have lighter skin how it is to be you, and you'll never understand how it is to me because I have lighter skin being a mixed kid, how confusing it is.
No,
and like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
it gets confusing, and you will never understand it because there are different treatments to every race. You know what I'm saying? But if there is knowledge that is brought upon, I'm not saying you will understand it, but I feel like maybe someday there will actually be equality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We will be seen the same rather than see, like, I don't know why, but for black people in this country, we are seen as a threat. And I don't understand why that needs to be. Like, why I gotta dress a lot nicer than the next Caucasian man just so I could be looked somewhat equal.
I'm being honest, y'all go much better than me.
Yeah, just so I could look equal or upon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I could dress the same and I get weird looks, or I'll walk by a person's car that's not black and they're quick to lock their door. Like, I don't think the other races who are dating black men or women understand what it is that these people we have to go through in our daily lives to knowing if we're safe, protected, or etc.
It's interesting that you say that, because, like, I don't realize it until, like, you say it sometimes, like, the fact that, like, you notice that somebody's locking their doors, but at the same time, you still take charge and make sure that, like, you're the one that's in the way if something happened. Like, you do the typical, or not typical, but, like, I forgot the C word, but, where it's like you're charming in a way, like where you make sure you walk on this certain side of the sidewalk because you're by the road, or you put me first so you can see me in the crowd or whatever, or like make sure like my hand's by you, or like things like that, like you, or just like things like that, period. Like you always, even though you are obviously like saying like you're a very good man, but yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Mama did a good job raising me.
Thank you, Shauna.
But anywho, I think that's it for today. I don't want to get too much into it because, you know, when it comes to this stuff, I could go in and I don't want to do that for reasons.
Yeah. I just don't have much to say because I can't, like I said, I can't speak.
Yeah, so for the snow bunnies out there, if you are dating a black man, just try to understand what they have to go through on a daily basis before. Nah, because you got black in you. But anyways, just make sure you know what they go through on a daily basis before you come into their lives, and you make sure you're bringing them peace like they are bringing you peace, not more problems, because the world is already giving us enough problems as it is. So before you claim to be Snow Bunny, you only like black man, make sure you know what that means before you actually, you feel me? But anywho, peace out, one love, you know, keep grinding, keep dreaming,
Yeah, man.
keep loving, keep focused, keep dreaming, because dreams are reality.
Prosper, manifest,
But
all of it.
It's been real. We catch you on the next episode. Hopefully it don't take this long, but anywho, I'm gonna let her sign us out.
Like, share, subscribe. It was good talking to y'all today. We got some things off our chest. Alright, y'all. Have a great day with your mom. Say peace.
Bless up.